Welcome, Cancer Leo, to your Astrodice reading for February. Hope your friends are doing great out there. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. Welcome back, subscribers, and anyone new to my channel. Welcome, welcome. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you in your Astrodice. This is where I take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope using one house. Okay, for the month. Best message. Let's get this out. Oh. Got the third house with the moon and Aquarius. Nice. Okay, so what is it? It is the moon. Got some emotional sensitivities going on over here and emotional responses. So talking about those emotional responses, really bringing out that water for you guys over here with this moon, Cancerian, Piscean energy coming out. Let's see what's going on over here with Aquarius. Got some air going on. Communicating. So really communicating a lot of sensitivity in those inner emotions, and watching other people's responses as well, which could kind of trigger your response when you're talking about any kind of communication. Communication is air in itself. The Aquarius, though, is about the freedom-loving, though rebellious, idealistic, and technological. So within this communication that's going on, they might, either give you some kind of idealistic response over here with emotions. It could be bringing out a little rebelliousness. But I do feel like there's a lot of freedom loving going on in the situation, no matter how it is. Going straight to the third house. And the third house is talking about, oh, come on, third house. Of course, your potential to learn something in your local neighborhood. So it could definitely be somebody raising some hairs about a situation at work. You could find that your computer is driving you crazy, talking about the technological, having some kind of technical issues. We are in a Mercury retrograde. So, in Mercury retrogrades, do let those technical things have issues. It seems like some kind of energy thing going on over there. But the third house is also the way you communicate, think, learn, siblings, and neighbors. So it could be whether it's a coworker or maybe it's even your sibling or a neighbor who has some kind of issue. So we'll see what's going on. It could be all of the above. It's a month. It could be the whole shebang over here, right? Well, first I was having these issues at work with this darn computer. Then I turn around and my sister or my brother wants to give me some heck over here. I'm learning something about what they're doing. So let's see what's going on over here. But it's working on your emotions no matter what, because it just feels like it's kind of like maybe one little thing, one little thing after another little thing. In the beginning of the month, it does feel a little peaceful. It does feel like you're trying to find your peace. It does feel like you are at a little bit of peace. And just maybe wanting to stay in that peace. Playing it safe. Not really involving yourself into too many situations at this time. It feels like maybe people want to bring you over to this festival, go do things like this, and you're saying, no, I'm just kind of finding the peace over here, playing it safe. Just kind of taking myself out of the world a little bit, not wanting to really risk anything or do anything, just kind of nonchalantly doing things. And it's really bringing up your courage and your self-belief over here. And it does feel like maybe you're working yourself back to this place of maybe even trying to change the status quo of your life. But it does feel like within the third house, there's this courage that's going on. Feeling very courageous about the situation. Maybe you're thinking about doing something very interesting. It does feel very idealistic, doesn't it? But I also feel like even though you're not taking any risks or doing anything that's really crazy or adventurous at this time, I do feel like, you know, it is definitely feeling free for you because you are finding the peace and a little more self-courage and a little more self-belief. Okay, so clarifying on the piece over here within the moon, which is a good thing with the moon, with the inner emotions, because it's just keeping you sensitive and at peace. I just feel this very peaceful, not having any worries. Trying to keep yourself from being worried. So it's kind of like I just kind of shrugged all the worry away. I don't want to have to feel about that. I have peace of mind. And, you know, and that's a good thing right now as well, as you're kind of just sitting over here. Just kind of look at her. She looks very peaceful. She looks like she has peace of mind. She's not worried about the fireworks. She's not worried about going out and being too free-loving, right? Too adventurous. So, yeah. Not taking any risks. Not feeling adventurous right now. Just feeling calm. Nice. But with the courage, you do have the Page of Wands. Beautiful Aries, Sagittarius card coming up over here, and it does feel like you're just in a place of courage. But it does feel, though, like you also may have something going on in the third house where someone is picking up a lot of courage as well. Or maybe you have to pick up a lot of courage against this other person. I do feel like you do have this person who's traveling at you. Talking at you, traveling towards you. Maybe you have to be a little more courageous around this person. Maybe they're a little egomatic. Be an Aries for sure, my friends. Yeah, you have this awareness and this self-awareness that as long as you play it safe right now and just kind of take it slow and easy and just comfortable, your cycles are doing fine. It just feels like you don't need to be doing anything that's slaying the dragon right now. See the dragon over here and the courage. It's like, I have the courage to go slay the dragon. I just don't feel like I want to travel in that direction. Kind of aware that maybe this person is trying to get on your nerve or do something. And you're just not traveling towards that. You just don't feel it. And so you have this awareness that everything is just going the way you want it to go. And feeling more passionate about where you are. I like that. You know, there's no reason to always go and fight the battle. I don't feel like I want to fight a battle today. Right. You could even be, you know, taking trips to the museum, attending movies, watching Netflix, doing things like that, just trying to keep yourself, you know, in this place of where you just feel happy and at peace, you know, dreaming, you know. So, yeah. Might even be taking on some artistic things going on over here with the page. You could be saying I'm drawing or painting or doing something. You're just aware that this is just, I don't want to do anything right now. You're just kind of hum-hoing it right now in the very beginning of the month, guys. Keeping the peace. But you still haven't learned anything in the local neighborhood yet because you're saying, I don't want to worry about that. See, that's what's so cool about the third house. Is it's saying your potential to learn something in your local neighborhood and you're saying, I really just don't want to. I'm aware that I just don't want to get involved. You know, they could have been saying something that was trying to, like I said, getting on your nerve or something, and you're saying, I don't want to. I don't want to. You have a commitment coming out. Deception upside down. Status quo. Well, there's that status quo, like I said, right? You're staying within your status quo. You're committed to doing whatever you need to do. If you feel like this person at work or someone is, you know, been talking, maybe that's what you don't want to get involved in at work. However, within the neighborhood, family, your sister, maybe however it is, you're more committed to doing the things you're doing and keeping your status quo the way it is. So it still feels like you're still keeping yourself at peace during the mid-month because you're saying, I'm not putting up with this deception. I'm not putting up with all of this rebelliousness that you're doing. I'm keeping myself out of the situation. And it does feel like, my friends, like for whoever that's for, they are really trying to drag you into this situation. And you're trying to keep your mind out of it, right? Keep yourself out of it. It ain't my problem. I don't want my nose in it. Stop trying to drag me into something. So it does feel like they're back here. They do feel like she wants to come and try to tell you something, but see, you have your back turned and you're saying, no, I'm not going to be involved in that. I don't want any issues this month. Leave me alone. And what you're learning about the situation really is that the only way to really keep the peace within yourself is to turn your back on the situation and not listen. Committed to just keep, I'm just going to say committed to your job, committed to what you're doing. You're still a little sensitive in some areas, your emotions, you're just, keeping yourself at bay. And persistently moving with the Knight of Coins. I do feel, though, as you're committed over here, that this person is also very committed to wanting to tell you this secret or get you involved within this situation, trying to teach you something about whatever is going on. And like I said, it could be gossip. What you're learning could be gossip. I don't want to know. Yeah, third-party situation. I don't care what the Cancer's doing. I don't care. I don't care what they're doing. The Aries, the Taurus, the whoever, I don't care. You're just trying to keep your happiness alive as they're over here doing things. And it feels like you're still within your festivities. You're still traveling towards that place of peace and keeping the happiness alive with yourself because I'm not moving in your direction. Stop trying to tell me something. So you just continue to keep misdirection. It's almost like when they come at you, you're just like kind of misdirecting this situation. And they might see it as kind of rebellious of you to not want to participate within this situation. And you're saying, no, status quo, I'm on a compromise. I'm compromising for my own good judgment. I don't want to have any part of this. I'm keeping the happiness. I know exactly where I am, and I'm at peace with the Queen of Swords over here. So definitely still keeping your status quo very peaceful, not wanting to listen to their drama. And somebody's really trying to pull you into this. I don't know if it's your sister, your cousin, your neighbor, your work people. Somebody wants you involved in this situation. At the end of the month, you're honoring your path, hidden motivations, and the new beginning. And you're saying, no, I'm going to stay at my status quo. There's no real there's no real new beginning. There is a closure to the situation, though. And pretty much I feel like the closure to the situation is they know you're not listening. So they're going to, it's over. You did a good job. You kept your nose out of it. It looks like they were trying to turn you against somebody else. That's exactly what it looks like. And you're saying, no, I'm not going to get involved in that. So the honoring your path, you are definitely reflecting upon the situation and still being very sensitive about the situation of your own business. Right? And reflecting that this is going to get you nowhere. You just want your prosperities and keeping your harvest alive. You're in a very loving mood. You don't want this. And it feels like they're trying to push you rebelliously, right, into talking bad about someone else. They want you to gossip with them. Or at least listen. Hey, can you at least listen and then you can give me feedback? That's still gossiping. You're saying, no, I don't want that. It's drama. It's a month of no drama. Hidden motivations, you just want your victory. Your hidden motivations is to keep like I said, keep out of it. Five of Cups upside down, I don't want to hear it. Drama for your mama. And if I'm your mom, I'll take it somewhere else, right? Yeah, it just feels like you made a closure to this. Well, they're still trying to come towards you. You're finding new opportunities, new ways. They are definitely still gossiping over here and still talking, but you are learning with the Page of Swords that this person is definitely separating themselves from the situation and now have pretty much separated themselves from trying to talk to you. And that's exactly what it is. It's like, well, then fine. I'll go talk to so-and-so about it instead. Thank God. So it just feels like it's a lot of drama, but it does feel like they're trying to, like I said, pull you into somebody else's stuff. Okay, you're just keeping the peace. The whole month is just very peaceful and you trying to keep your peace as much as possible. I think it will weigh on your emotional responses though, in some ways, and that's why the moon is there. Yeah, I wouldn't get drawn into this drama. I would be more worried that a gossiper like this, then they would say, well, then they said, that would be you, right? Then they said, as they go back and forth and talk, oh, well, they said that, I think that, and you're just like, whoa, 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 no, 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 no. You know what I'm saying? Because this is like the telephone call over here. Well, they agree with me. No, I don't want to agree with you. I don't want to, because then it just causes more havoc. So it does feel like they are definitely trying to pull you into something you don't want to be a part of. I would be really worried too that by separating yourself, that if you didn't, they could, like I said, stab you in the back in the end, my friends, because then all of a sudden they're going to bring that up. And that's what you're learning. You're learning that they want so much attention, so much gossip, so much drama going on. You pull yourself in there and you might end up getting stabbed in the back. That's going to suck, right? Because they're going to want to use someone else to be on their side. Do you see what I'm saying? That's exactly what it looks like at the end of the month. It's kind of like, or actually the middle of the month. The middle of the month is kind of like drawing you in so that they can go and talk and say, well, since they said that they believe that I'm right, and then you'll end up with a phone call from that other person, right? And then you'll be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. See, this is why I don't want to get involved. We all know these situations. It always ends up that way now, doesn't it? So offering yourself other things and offering yourself a way out is actually good, because the more you keep hermiting them, it just feels like they're going to separate themselves from you, because you're going to learn they're never going to stop until they realize, well, then fine, you don't want to be a part of this. Then they'll leave. I don't know exactly what it is. This is just a small reading, but they definitely want to get you into this. And what you're learning in the third house is there is way too much gossip going on, and I don't want to be a part of it. Keep yourself at peace, my friends. There's peace everywhere. Okay? Until next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye. Okay, and yeah. Definitely keeping the peace over here. Let's see what's going on next over here underneath the Aquarius. Keeping your status quo and making an ending to the situation. So whatever situation you were in before where it didn't feel like it was very peaceful, you have now taken the conclusion and making a closure to anything that was really upsetting at that time. So let's see what's going on. Definitely not wanting to go back to anything that was not peaceful. And yeah, your emotions are, you know, and responses are a little sensitive. But that's just because, hey, I'm just trying to get back to where I feel very happy. Let's see what's going on over here. You have the Six of Coins with the Five of Coins. Yeah, because before you might have felt like you were a little out in the cold. You didn't feel like you might have been neglected. People weren't paying attention to what you're looking for. Things went awry. But you just feel like finding the peace within yourself is a little more generous. You might even have this generous Taurus around you who is actually helping you keep the peace as well. Because I do see this Taurus doesn't have to be. They could just have a Taurus in their chart. But no matter what it is, it does feel like you do have this very generous person around you who could be from the third house. It could be a coworker, your sister, a friend, something of this nature, maybe a good neighbor. However, with the status quo over here, it's just staying within the status quo. So it doesn't feel like you really want to take any kind of action right now. You're very happy with your status quo. Not feeling like anything right now needs to dramatically change. You're just feeling very happy. You could be actually, wow, cold shouldering an Aries. Wow. Or a Virgo. So there could be, could even be two people. It could be, you know, cold shouldering a Virgo and an Aries, take it how it resonates. But it definitely feels like you are, yeah, definitely cold shouldering someone. And by cold shouldering these people, it's going to help you keep the peace within yourself. So definitely it could be any, you know, whoever's in the third house. And the potential to learn something is the closure of, I don't want to have these feelings anymore. I don't want the anxiousness. I don't want to have any problems with you. I'm tired of the challenge. And the learning that if I cold shoulder you and ignore you, I can keep the peace, because whatever it was that you learned out of the situation is definitely keeping the peace over here for you. Wow. So there's definitely a lot of peace going on. So you got to love that. Loving the peace. And by not accepting the challenge or not having to put myself into defense mode against you anymore, I feel so much better. At the mid-month, you do have the increase, Ascended Masters, and the Happy Success. So it definitely has changed. Making that an ending and changing the cycle over here has changed the cycle of the increase of peace, the increase of how you're feeling on an emotional basis. The moon is all about the emotions. So it's definitely made you a little more emotional about how you're responding to people with the Ascended Masters. The Ascended Masters is saying the divine is helping you through, and you do feel like you're in a happier, more divine area of your life, feeling more whole with the Happy Success. The Happy Success is saying, in my third house, I feel a lot more better, and I feel like I can, you know, success is more guaranteed because I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, increase out of the drama. Oh my gosh, yeah, because you're increasing and getting away from the drama. The drama had you, you know, very sensitive. Now you feel like, you know, and you didn't take any risks to stay within that. So it has increased a lot for you, my friends, in this month. Yeah, because before you felt like you were wasting and draining your energy. And now you feel like you can open doors and do the things that you really want to do, feeling more freedom loving from the Aquarius. And the Aquarius is doing so much more things for you, really opening up this more spiritual, more place of peace as well. And happier thoughts, you know, betterness. You can stay emotional in a lot of ways. But the emotions where we can stay is a very peaceful emotion, is what I'm feeling from the moon. It's giving this peace that was much needed for the Happy Success, and staying committed and keeping the committed and the faith alive. Now we have the Ascended Masters with the faith, because you said with the Ascended Masters, I am keeping the faith and I don't want to be drained anymore. So really feeling like you're getting back, like I said, to being whole again. Separating yourself from them, wow, brings in a lot of hard work. Yeah, and you don't have to worry. It's separating. I'm telling you, there's two people involved over here. For the majority of you, I have 3 and 3. So separating yourself from maybe this Aries and this Virgo doesn't have to be, but is definitely bringing in a lot more peace. And you're more focused, right, on work now, instead of focused on these two people, whether they're family members, whoever they are. But at least now you can go to work and you can feel like you're focusing instead of, you know, going to work and not feeling very balanced. Especially if they're coworkers too, because they can actually, that could actually ruin your day. Just family in itself can ruin your day. Neighbors, your sister, your brother, whoever, right? So, but now at least you got your focus back and you feel like you're on the path to happy success again by mid-month. Love it. So by the end of the month, kindred partnership upside down, because they're not going to come back. You're not going to let them. You had a transformation and now they want to play victim. Whoa. So one of them might actually start trying to play victim on you now that you've cold shouldered them. So you start cold shouldering them and then all of a sudden they say, oh, well, look it. What did you do? With the kindred partnership, you're saying, I don't want anything to do with this. I'm not going to be involved with your drama. So definitely cutting the ties over here to these two people or this person who was causing all this havoc. You don't feel like you have the partnership. They know that you're cold shouldering them. You cut the ties. That's what that means. You're looking for other ships to come in and you're looking for hopes and promises. You're looking for new things, better things that are entitled for you to keep the happiness under the moon over here alive. So definitely have new things and new ideas and looking at other things besides just this situation. They don't want to cooperate with the Ace of Coins, right? There's no cooperation, so I don't want to have anything, right? But you have new blessings coming in, and it's next to the transformation, so it is showing that you have all these new things and new ideas coming to you, right? And you might just be working towards a specific goal, and the goal is not anything that they're doing. You could be saying, well, you're kind of getting in the way. I don't want to deal with that. I'm a little busy. Having the transformation over here is going to help you a lot within the Aquarius idealistic area because, yeah, definitely, right? Because now you're saying, nope. Yeah, because I have the realizations that I'm just separating myself because you're giving me nothing but pain. Definitely could be dealing with a fire sign. But definitely you're saying, I'm getting the courage back. I'm finding my place. I'm getting more intuitive where I need to be, and I'm not going to worry about you. They are telling you that they are sad about the situation. Here comes the problem, though. The problem is they're sad about the situations because you pushed back on them and said, I'm not going to deal with you anymore in the third house because you're coming to the realization, here's what you're going to learn from the situation again. Oh, so here's the next learning thing. So the next learning thing is they want to play victim. Wow. Okay, and it brings in no good judgment. So they're making a really bad judgment call. They think that you're unfaithful to them, so they want to play victim. Yeah, I'm definitely playing victim with the Nine of Wands over here. So, and it's just more toxic energy that they're trying to bring out of the situation. But you are definitely ending that as well. They're just ending that because you're just definitely ghosting them, telling them that I'm not perceiving it, even looking at any of this at all. It's not doing you any good, and it's not doing them any good either, pretty much. They're in a very depressed state of being right now. Well, you're still sitting very comfortable, my friends, so I really wouldn't worry about it. It looks like you have your blessings coming in with the Ace of Coins, so, you know, it just feels like they're blinded to the situation of wanting to tell the truth. Maybe it's even a little bit delusions. I don't know. Maybe they really do feel like they're, you know, they're in the right. However it is. But they definitely are not going to get exactly what they wanted. They just are kind of wasting their time and wasting their breath with the star upside down. So you could definitely be saying, oh, I'm sorry, you're wasting your time. I'm doing just fine, thank you. As you can see with all the success and everything that's going on. Okay, and that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.